Welcome in to the new members and to the old members that have found their way back to the community. I need you just as much as you need me. In this morning's update, we're going to go over a multitude of things. We're going to go over XRP, how it's broken down, and we're below a very key level that would suggest that our next support should be about 48.5 cents. And if that were to break down, then you're looking at somewhere between 42, 38, and 34 if that continues the downward trajectory. We've got a couple things we must read today as well in this morning's update. We need to talk about Ripple versus SEC. Brad Garlinghouse predicts win soon. Is XRP to rise? And then we need to talk about Bitcoin miners underselling pressure. How will this affect the Bitcoin price? As we know, yesterday there was a 7,000 Bitcoin sell order, which helped nuke Bitcoin a little bit. I've seen a lot of people making some interesting decisions on selling 2 days ago, buying back yesterday just to get liquidated. Well, the guru anyhow. So it was pretty interesting to see that perspective of some that were forced out 2 days ago and then on a fake out yesterday bought back in just to be liquidated on their leverage trades. It's pretty interesting to see the dynamic the market is taking and to see how many people are just uncomfortable in consolidatory moments, will sell out, and then it has a nice 3 to 5% pump. They buy in on that move up, and then they end up getting liquidated because they buy the end of the move up. Instead of just holding it prior to the move and not being forced out, a lot of people are getting forced out, then buying back on the rally just to lose even gains they had earlier on. So that is the most dangerous thing you can do when trading. And from a technical perspective, if you're selling out of something, let's say Bitcoin was at 61,100, you sell out, Bitcoin goes to 63,300, doesn't break down any obvious resistance like at 66. It makes absolutely no sense to sell it out after buying before the pump because it had a little bit of a retracement and getting scared, and then buying back after a rally starts to ensue. That is the number one way to get hammered. You must buy, you must hold, and then you must already be within a position leading into a rally. You're not looking to sell out and the rally starts and then you buy back and then it was just a fake out. Now you've lost that's the worst way to do the trading. So be very careful with that. XRP is below that cup and handle. So to me, the next obvious support is 48.5 cents. If that gives way, you've got, like I said, 42 cents. And then below that, you've got around 39 cents, which is the all-time pattern formation since we hit all-time highs in January of 2018 when we hit between 330 and 350 depending on exchange. Took us 27 months to come to March of 2020 when we hit around 10 cents and some change. We've been in that same consolidation for 79 months now. And that pattern formation, the uptrending support can lead us all the way down to about 39 cents. And this pattern takes us out until December of this year or as late as January of next year. So it's something to pay attention to. For anybody who keeps asking about my son, he is still admitted in the hospital. I'm about to head back up there now. I had to come home and do a couple things. And then I wanted to do this update before I left as well. So he's still admitted. He's doing a lot better. He's eating a lot more. He's drinking good. His levels are all coming back within the normal range and staying. So we'll see what happens. Have a little bit of discrepancies with the doctor, with what's going on up there because they've been misrepresenting a little bit of his chart and they had some false information. So Dad's going to have some fun this morning when he gets there, when the whole team's around, and I'm about to let him have it. So they mess with the wrong person who has too much information and knowledge, and they misrepresented a lot of stuff in his chart. And I actually pulled up his old charts and yada, yada, yada. So I'm bringing the evidence with me, and then we're going to have a nice long chat that's going to end with me simply stating it's a wonder why medical malpractice is the number one sought after legal case by lawyers in 2024. So it's going to be an interesting morning indeed. I actually can't wait until 9:30 when the team comes around so that I've been waiting 5 days to do this. So everybody who's undergone anything in the medical facilities understands the misinformation and the malice intent that sometimes is used. So anyhow, he's doing a lot better. I don't know when he's going to come home. They were talking about maybe today, so we'll see. But I'll keep everybody updated. So I do appreciate everybody who's kept them in your prayers and your wishes and your thoughts. He is doing better day by day by day. With that being said, please make sure to hit that like button so YouTube recommends this update. He's doing better day by day, but I'm losing subscribers day by day, which I am taking as a badge of honor right now. If I can't keep people around when I'm putting my dedication in when my times are the worst, the ones who are unsubscribing simply don't deserve to watch this content anyhow. If I'm going to get showed that little bit of disrespect because I can't be here as often, even though I'm here every day, but I can't do the lives because my son's been hospitalized for 5 days now, you know, that's on the people who are unsubscribing, and I can't deal with that level of nonsense. So with that being said, I'm going to get into the intro. Please make sure to hit that like button. We're going to go to this in a professional manner, and then you guys can make an educated and informed decision, because I am not a financial advisor, and I was not put here to make a decision for you. I'm just here to give you the information on a chart from a daily perspective, from a long-term perspective, and give you the news and notes of the day. You must only trust yourself and don't rely on somebody on YouTube. So I'll catch you after the intro and hit that like button. Good morning, 7:33 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Saturday, May 11th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So let's see exactly from a charting perspective what's going on with XRP. XRP this morning, and in the weekly, not good. Let me go to a different chart so it's easier to see. In the weekly, this isn't good. This is a bearish weekly candle. And the fact that we've only got 37 hours now, and we are way down. This is going to be a very bearish engulfing candle on the weekly, and this would lead to a more bearish outcome in the next week or two to follow. So unless we can invalidate this, we need to come all the way back up near that 54-cent mark just to put this. And honestly, if you want to be honest, we actually need this to come down to 48.5 cents. Or 48 cents, and then pull back up to 54 cents before tomorrow night at 8 p.m. so that we can put in a reversal candle. Right now, this is hinting at a gravestone doji. These are very bearish signs in technical analysis from a daily a candlestick perspective. This one happens to be in the weekly, so that is not a good sign if it does end up closing like that, because as of right now, you would get an engulfing candle to the downside on the weekly. And it's not going to be pretty if it closes here. Anything under 54 cents, this is not going to be pretty. Not going to be pretty at all. So it's a very real, open and obvious scenario here now. We're below the cup and handle support. So that technical indicator for a technical trader, yeah, when you're inside of it, it's a very bullish indicator. When you're underneath it, and if we can't break up, especially by the end of the weekly, at the worst, we can't be below 51 cents at the end of the weekly. So far on the weekly time frames, XRP has not given up that cup and handle support in any weekly candle besides a wick. Right now, it would have given it up. We would start below it for the first time in a weekly. That's a very bearish technical signal of what could be to come if this continues to play out. So what we need is some positive momentum here today. If you're asking me what we need to reverse here and end up back above 51 cents first off, then get back above 52.6 cents to retake the rising channel, and then ultimately get back over the pivot point of 54 cents. So is it going to be easy? No. Is it doable? Yes. Right now, does it look like it's going to happen? Probably not, because it looks like a bear flag formed right here. That should bring us down to that target of about 48.5 cents. So that's what I'm looking at right now. Unless we reverse back up and retake 51, it looks more bearish than bullish this morning. But as it always goes in technical analysis, or cryptocurrency, I should say, there's a lot of fake outs, there's a lot of tricks, and there was a lot of misleading that goes into this. So a lot of con jobs, a lot of people giving out false information, a lot of social media influencers not knowing what the hell's really going on and just perpetrating some bullshit that they've seen somebody else say or what they've been told to say because they're bought and paid for. I'm telling you what's really happening. So it's up to you to put it in the proper perspective. I'm going to tell you this right now, though. I'm not here to hold your hand. I'm not here to make friends with everybody, even though I have made some really nice friends through the community. I'm here to try to better everybody here. So if I got to be a little more straightforward, that's the way it's going to be, because I simply don't have time for any of the BS. And honestly, this has made me evolve with what's happened with my son here the last 5 days. So honestly, some of the nonsense that I see is just that. So, but in the positive side, I see a lot of positivity. I see a lot of people who understand what's going on. I see a lot of people talking about the XRP Bitcoin pairing and how it's actually in a little bit of a bullish tendency here. We talked about for the last few days how I was buying. I told everybody I was buying it down, and hopefully every single day when I bought, it would end up working its way back down to this downtrending support first level around 815. Yesterday, I was able to add about $80 worth at the 816 level. So I was very happy about that. My average price right now is about 828. So I'm still, I believe, underwater a little bit. Actually, it's right on it. Nope, underwater just a tiny bit. So I'm underwater still a tiny bit, but I'm willing to buy this all the way down. Right now I've got approximately $1,400 in, and I'm looking to build it up even higher, because right now with the XRP Bitcoin pairing, and I actually changed my mind. I don't know how much reading I'm going to go through. This is going to be more of a technical perspective, because honestly, I don't know if I've got the mindset to read through all of this right now. So I'm going to stick to the charts, I think. And once, you know, we'll just see how it goes in the next few days. I got rubbed the wrong way just a little bit by some of the people. So I'm going to dedicate to the ones who continue to show that positive and the realness. But some people I'm just going to cut off. Especially the week I've had and some of the disrespectful comments I've gotten during this week. So for Bitcoin, XRP Bitcoin pairing, we're looking for this to bounce off. And if this bull flag plays out, it should bring us up. First level is going to be up here around 849, but we should play back up. As long as we don't give way, we could play back up to 881. Unless we see this give way at 813, then we should be able to buy down to 751. So I've been not misrepresenting this, and I've been telling you every step of the way. I am not looking to sell this right now. If you're looking to sell and you're afraid of it, I bought at 808 the first time around, showed everybody at 816, and it went up to 902. I sold at 896 and was very transparent and told exactly where I was going to buy back, and it's exactly where I did start buying back. And I told everybody I'd build back into it for a number of days until it broke out, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So if you want to know the proper information, you've got to watch the video for the proper link. That doesn't mean look at the description of my video. That doesn't mean watch 2 minutes of a 20-minute video and think you know everything. That means study, dissect, understand, move on. If you don't understand, watch it again. So that's what I've got with the XRP Bitcoin pairing. So I'm very, very positive about what I think is going to happen there in the future going forward. We've got Bitcoin at 60,707, down 80 points or 0.13%. Bitcoin's pulling down a right arm. Looks like a big bear flag. And if you're asking me, unless this reverses very quickly, this looks very bearish this morning, especially the end of the week. Right now, Bitcoin, if let's just say that was the highest it was going to go, we have a technical drop down to about 58K just on that drop, which is not a surprise, but that's where it would look like. It would come down to the bottom of that, what I want to call that pennant flag. So until it breaks down, we're not technically very bearish, because as long as that pennant flag is still acting as support, it can still hold, and this is where it's bringing us back down to the support structure. We did have a V-shaped recovery that absolutely rolled over, and you know, that's a level of, I think there's a lot of manipulation going on here, and I think the price is being suppressed a lot. But with Bitcoin, who knows? Who knows if this is going to be a bullish reversal? Who knows if this ends up breaking this formation down? If it breaks down, 51,257 is the technical target, so there's no even reason to even wonder where it would go from here. If it breaks up, it could have went to 85K. If it were to break out of this channel or the pennant flag. But until it breaks down this key area, it still hasn't broke down. It could just be coming back down to support around that 50, let's see, depending on where it hits, 58,760. It could just come down to support and not invalidate the actual structure of this formation. So when you're paying attention to the charts, the short-term move is great, but that short-term move just brings it back down to consolidation. And it very well could either be a double bottom. It could be trying to put in some kind of inverse pattern. It's very difficult to tell at this moment in time, but it does look like it's going to have a little bit bigger correction here. Unless for whatever reason this reverses, we get some volume in and it gets back on top of 61K and starts pushing forward. If you see this below 61K, it's got no chance. The longer it stays below 61K, the more confident you should be that it's going to run down to 57 and some change. Same thing with XRP. The longer you see it below 51 cents, the more of a real chance, being below that cup and handle, XRP will come all the way down to first level 48.5 cents. And then you've got underneath, you've got the 42 cent support, and then you've got 39 cents underneath, which is, as we've talked about in the beginning, the all-time formation from all-time highs of the consolidation to support. And we've been in this for 79, now 80 months. So that's what we're looking at there for XRP. And then if that were to bust, you're talking 34 and even worse cents. So that's what I'm looking at there for XRP. Bitcoin, the XRP Bitcoin Pairing. The XRP market cap very quickly is at 27.8 billion. Up 33 million today, or 0.12%, but it's had a nice drop. We knew if it could have broke out to the top, 29.2 billion. We had a fake out. It did not ride, and it actually pushed back through. And if you look at this, if we continue the consolidation, it's still much within the consolidation. So for anybody saying, oh, it's broken down, or it still hasn't broken down. In fact, it's got this exact same consolidation that's happening at a bigger level now. So now we're looking at this consolidation, and even on a bounce up, if it were to bounce up, you're only talking about 29 billion maybe, but it's still within this descending consolidation. So this has not broke. It had a fake out over the top. We showed yesterday what would have to happen for this to be validated. It did not validate it, and it dropped right back through. So again, was that a manipulated push up? And is this a right arm building here again? And is this going to drop out? And if you break this out into a bigger time frame, how one could argue that maybe an M-topping reversal started here on a bear flag? Or is that a bull flag in the skies, and in time, it's going to end up invalidating this drop and come back up to 32.8 billion in the market cap? Only time will tell on that, and everything we talk about is speculative. You know, this isn't financial advice. I'm not even a financial advisor. So in all reality, if you're trusting something on YouTube and you don't have an educated and informed opinion, you shouldn't be trading. What I'm giving you is it's like a blueprint. Like when you take a test or a Scantron in school, you get the notes from the teacher, you get all the cheat sheets, but it's up to you to understand the answers. Just because you get it wrong, even if you have all the information in front of you, you've got to look within yourself. If you want to be a successful trader and you want to stop working 9 to 5 and you want to actually do this for a living, you can't blame anybody else. You can't live off of emotion, and you certainly have to look at your face and yourself in the mirror when you make a mistake and say, you know what? I made a mistake. How pathetic is it for me to blame a YouTuber or somebody on social media or Jim Cramer or somebody on the news? If you're making a decision that's based on your finances, you better know damn well what you're getting into. And if you're investing in XRP because somebody said on YouTube it's going to go up to $10,000, you have no idea what investing means. If you're investing in XRP because you understand the future protocols, you understand how much liquidity is going to come into this to the ledger, and you understand even as a gas fee how exponentially XRP can rise in price with the Ripple stablecoin, then you found yourself in the right place. If you're just looking to make a few easy bucks, if you're looking to get to 10K, if you're looking to turn 3,500 into 2 million right off in a couple weeks, you're in the wrong fucking spot. I'll be honest with you. And this is the #1 cryptocurrency that will get you liquidated. Liquidated, because everybody talks about it on the 10,000 percentile gains, when really they should only be talking about, let's see how we get to $1, let's see how we get to all-time highs, and let's see how long it takes us to get to that monumental move of $10. Anything other than that to me is just conjecture and bullshit, and I don't got time for. With that being said, I thank each and every one of you for tuning into this morning update. Positivity over negativity. Take control of your finances. Don't let some douchebag tell you you're right or wrong. If you have minute understanding, you should have the expertise to be able to make an educated and informed decision. If you're looking to trade crypto, look in the video description below. There's BITUNIX and MEXC, but you guys you're adults, you can figure that out. That's in the video description below and or pinned comments. And then if you want to show me personal support or join Tom's Army or send a YouTube super chat, All I ask is one time per month. Basically, nobody's done any of that this whole month. But if you do care to pay it forward a little bit, you can obviously do that. Other than that, share this far and wide. Hit that like button if you made it until the end. Hashtag be better, do better in the comments. This is my message to you. Take responsibility before it's too late.